is Sean Quirk, head coach of the Boston Cannons. We're going to take a look back into the archive vault of 2019 and our game out in Colorado against the Denver Outlaws in the semifinals of MLL Championship Weekend.
It is a gorgeous night here in Denver. MLL Championship Weekend 2019. We were already treated to an absolute thriller in our matinee. Here's the nightcap as JoJo Wardrummer greets the Denver Outlaws onto their home turf. The number 2 seed looking to knock off the number 3 seed Boston Cannons. When we take a look at our updated bracket, Steele Stanwyck, the overtime hero for the Chesapeake Bayhawks, lifts that franchise to their 6th MLL. They'll go for their 6th MLL title this coming Sunday. The winner of Denver versus Boston gets the right to challenge the Bayhawks. Welcome back in, everybody. Mark Dixon, Hall of Fame coach Don Zimmerman. Alexis Perry is our 3rd member of our broadcast team. We'll hear from her shortly. Boston, first appearance since 2015 in the playoffs. Denver's won 3 titles in 5 years. How do you size this one up?
Well, Denver certainly has the championship experience. Boston's new to it, but you know what? They've had a great season. Denver's playing at home has got to be considered an advantage.
This Boston team is built on defense, and their head coach, Sean Quirk, a goalie in his collegiate days, has done an amazing job with this Boston Cannons team, leading them to their first MLL playoff appearance since 2015. But they have one of the best scorers in Major League Lacrosse in Mark Cockerton.
They sure do. Number 41 in white, the former Virginia All-America and Thwart nominee, ranks tied for 2nd with 43 goals. Wants his left hand. He can shoot the ball from anywhere and at any time, is always dangerous.
Cockerton up for the Coca-Cola MVP as well as a New Balance Offensive Player of the Year. He is a terrific one. On the other side, Tony Seaman. He has been the general manager the last few years, putting together Denver Outlaw teams that have won 3 Steinfeld trophies in the last 5, but he now takes over the head coaching duties, and they're right back in a familiar spot in MLL Championship Weekend. Zach Currier is his main man.
He sure is. Number 25, the midfielder, perennial MLL All-Star. Tony Seaman thinks he is the best all-around midi in the MLL. Great leader, animated, he's a throwback guy, plays both positions.
The man trying to keep the ball out of the net. We've got 2 terrific goaltenders on tap here tonight, and tonight's goalie starters are presented by Warrior Dylan Ward, the Canadian, the 2017 Goalie of the Year in Major League Lacrosse. He is a Warrior Goalie of the Year candidate here in 2019. At the opposite end, the lefty, Nick Morocco. He anchors a back line that is second to none in Major League Lacrosse. He'll be big here tonight. Alexis Perry, the 3rd member of our broadcast team, is down on the field.
Thanks so much, Mark. While the Outlaws' young guns have been highly productive for them this entire season, if I were you tonight, I would keep my eyes on the wily old vet, John Grant Jr. Tonight, this will be his 16th career postseason game, the most of any guy you'll see on the field all weekend. At 44 years old, Jr. came out of retirement to help this Outlaws team to their 13th playoff appearance. And when I talked to Coach Seaman earlier, he said that as long as Jr. plays like a 44-year-old, he doesn't try to pull a case of Benjamin Button and act like a 24-year-old out there. They will take on Chesapeake in the championship game on Sunday. But I will say, I expect to see some vintage John Grant Jr. here tonight. I mean, if there's anybody that's going to make a Sports Center top 10 highlight-worthy goal, I think it's probably Jr. Right, Mark?
Good call, Alexis. His 14th year, came out of retirement on May 25th of 2019. Main reason? Said he wanted to see his daughter Abby, 9 years old, see John Grant Jr. play. He's a 5-time All-Star, all-time goals and points leader in MLL history, and he is an ageless wonder.
He certainly is an ageless wonder. I remember John Grant Jr. when he was at Delaware. We were at UMBC taking them on, and he took the game over with about 22 minutes left in the game and won the game for Delaware. He is a guy who can do it even at the age of 44. So we're fortunate to be able to see him play tonight.
And in front of a home crowd here at Peter Barton Stadium on the campus of the University of Denver. There we see the Cannons. They're in the all-white uniforms, red, white, and blue. Great crowd on hand here tonight. They saw a thriller in our opening game. Chesapeake knocking off Atlanta 14-13 in overtime. Denver in their all-orange uniforms. JoJo War drummer, he's beating it. The drum down on the sideline, firing up this Denver Outlaw crowd. It's Kevin Reisman against Max Adler at the faceoff dot. 2 MLL All-Stars. Violation against Denver gives the first possession of the game to the Cannons.
Okay, here we go. Cannons first time on offense. Again, they're going to want to get their personnel on the field, get the ball around, everybody touches, get a feel for the Denver defense and go from there. Have an opening play, see if they can score one early.
Kyle Denoff gets it started, shot from Challen Rogers. Excuse me, Zed Williams goes wide, backed up by Will Sands. 15 goals, 32 assists. He is guarded by number 36 in all-orange, Finn Sullivan. Sullivan is a finalist for the Warrior Defensive Player of the Year. We've got 2 of those players in this game. Sullivan, the close D-man for Denver, and Rylan Reese, long stick midi for the Boston Cannons. Challen Rogers operating up top.
Good defensive start by the Outlaws.
15 seconds, now coming up on 10 seconds left to shoot for Boston. Zed Williams taking his matchup. Nice double. Zed Williams splits a double, still has the ball. 3 seconds to shoot and a goal. How about the offensive efficiency? Zed Williams, like a piñata getting beat on, but slips the double, feeds Kyle Jackson, and Boston is off to the early lead.
Zed Williams, he's making his presence felt early, gets the ball, somehow manages to escape a tough double team, runs away, gets his hands free. There's Kyle Jackson moving well off the ball for his left hand. Good inside finish. Nice start for the Boston Cannons.
The only MLL title in the Cannons history came in 2011. This is their first playoff appearance since 2015. And Denver pasted Boston in their last meeting in the regular season on August 31st, 22-9 on this field. So the Cannons definitely have revenge on their mind, as well as a date with the Chesapeake Bay Hawks. They knocked off Atlanta in a great game in overtime earlier tonight. Challen Rogers fakes the shot. Pass goes awry, out of bounds, possession to the Outlaws.
Let's keep an eye on Max Adler, number 9 face-off man for the Denver Outlaws. He's jumped now on the first 2 face-offs. Might be a little nervous, got to settle down.
Mikey Schlosser, midfielder for the Denver Outlaws, gets his first action of the night. Schlosser missed significant time earlier in the season. Sim, let's take a look at your keys to the game presented by Ameren Risk.
Denver's got to put the ball on target. They got to hit the cage. They have one of the lowest on-goal shooting percentages in the conference. For Boston, they got to control the tempo. Denver likes to run up and down the field. Boston has got to make sure that they get back on defense, and they love to run the settled offense.
Grant Jr. behind the cage, feed awry up top. Less than 10 seconds to shoot. Zach Courier. Little backhand pass, eludes Schlosser. Approaches midfield, it's over midfield. An over and back violation against Denver gives the ball to Boston. Mike Scooten on the restart. Actually, he just chucks it over to Will Sands, the Bucknell Bison. Actually, that was Zach Goodrich out of Towson, the 2019 McLaughlin Award winner, the D1 midfielder of the year. Has never missed a college game and hasn't missed any MLL action.
3-time captain at Towson, never happened before. Terrific leader, and you never really hear of a defensive midfielder winning the Midfielder of the Year award in Division I lacrosse.
Cal Durth with the feed across to Zed Williams. Williams post up, shoots. Looks like Dylan Ward got a piece of it. Michael Rexroad plucks it out of the air. Gets it over to Ward, clearing opportunity for Denver. Brian Begley, number 4 in orange, cruises over the midfield line. Now with a head of steam into the offensive zone, draws a slide. John Grant Jr., quick wrist shot, just sails wide, backed up by the Outlaws.
Brian Begley, number 4 in orange, excellent in transition. Tony Seaman thinks that his short stick defensive middies are some of the best in the league.
He's going to use Begley, he'll use Charlie Hayes and Taylor Stewart here tonight. Kavanaugh trying his luck down the alley. Transfers it behind the cage to Chris Aslanian. Ball is on the turf. Nice pickup defensively by James Fahey. Fahey legs it over the midfield line.
Boston has numbers.
Transition opportunity. This is Reese. Winds up, shoots, and scores! Rylan Reese with the 70 inches of titanium. Pulls it back, lets her rip, and finds the back of the net. 2-0 Boston.
Real nice job in transition, always moving the feet, always keeping their head up. Nice bounce shot by Reese. It's tough for the goalie to track down those long sticks when they shoot the ball. He's an outstanding player out of Stony Brook.
And that, in fact, was a 2-point goal for Rylan Reese. So the bomb from the rookie out of Stony Brook, the 2019 America East Defensive Player of the Year, a member of Team Canada, has Boston off to a flying start.
Good awareness of where that 16-foot arc was.
Reisman and Adler doing battle. Adler comes up with a tough ground ball. Dylan Ward wanders from his goal cage, gives it up to Charlie Hayes. Hayes, another rookie for this Outlaw team out of Detroit Mercy.
Dylan Ward, he's 6'5", 195, but he moved like a smaller man coming out of the cage right there. Nice job.
Well, what you're going to notice about Dylan Ward, not only in addition to his length and height, is how far he'll come out of the goal on shots. Tony Seaman told us this morning that as a shot goes wide from Schlosser, that on some goal scoring opportunities, he'll come out to cut off that crease, and he's a good 3-4 yards off of his goal line.
It's very effective if the ball is shot from that position, but if a team can make one more pass, boy, those lanes are wide open to get around him.
Grant Jr. muscles in, gets underneath the defense, slips it past the goaltender, flag down, goal is good, and the 44-year-old gets the crowd to their feet with Denver's first tally of the ball game.
Goal counts. The flag was for a loose ball push. Goal counts. Nice job.
John Grant Jr., leverage, strength, experience. Beautiful individual effort, and Denver's on the board. Major League Lacrosse is brought to you by New Balance, Coca-Cola. Enjoy every goal, face-off, and check of today's game with a Major League Lacrosse is brought to you by New Balance, Coca-Cola. Enjoy every goal, face-off, and check of today's game with a deliciously refreshing ice-cold Coca-Cola or Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. And Progressive, making it easy to bundle your home and car insurance. A great shot of Union Station will be there tomorrow night for MLL honors, but our business at hand, the Denver Outlaws trailing the Boston Cannons 3-1. John Grant Jr., the ageless wonder, playing in his 14th season. He is unbelievable.
He is unbelievable. We've seen some unbelievable lacrosse already tonight, but I think John Grant does it better than anybody, and his longevity is unbelievable, the way he's able to stay and play in this game.
Returned from retirement, all-time goals leader in MLL history, played his inaugural season in 2001 with the Rochester Rattlers. He now coaches at the Air Force Academy, in addition to helping Tony Seaman out as an offensive guru in his huddle. Two-time MLL MVP, and he's won 5 Major League Lacrosse titles with 4 teams.
Special player.
He did not play in the regular season finale against Chesapeake, and Tony Seaman said, I just had him on the bench coaching my guys because he's that good in that regard. And also, every now and again, a 44-year-old needs a little R&R.
What an asset to have a player of John Grant Jr.'s ability to be able to not only get out there and give you some quality time, obviously, but to teach these younger players how to play the game. Not that they don't know how, but nobody knows how to play it like John Grant.
Just under 30 seconds left to shoot on the shot clock. Errant pass is picked off by Nick Morocco, the Georgetown product. Lefty goaltender has really come into his own here in Major League Lacrosse in his 2nd season. MLL All-Star.
Nick Morocco has 57 ground balls, so it shows you that he is agile out of the cage.
Saves 50% of his shots, gives up just under 13 goals a game. And this is Mark Cockerton.
Go ahead.
Up to Jackson. He has one of the Boston goals. Of course, the second was a 2-pointer by long-stick midfielder Rylan Reese.
Nice job of drawing the double and moving it, but the ball's got to continue. It just can't be one pass. Once the double happens, turn, run away, move it. Look for that layup. Keep the ball hot.
Last shot was by Zach Goodrich, who's staying on for an offensive shift. Will Sands, quick shot with 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Bounces harmlessly into the cross of Dylan Ward. And here come the Outlaws.
Here comes
Schlosser.
Our man right here, Mikey Schlosser. He plays with reckless abandon. Love to watch him play.
The Michigan Wolverine battling a groin injury this season. Looks healthy. Looked good at practice earlier today. Wants us to make sure we mention his incredible family, great mom and dad and siblings, and says his hair's not that big of a deal.
Well, I read an article in Lacrosse Magazine. He just loves to play, you know?
He really
just
does.
Loves to come out and play the game, and he's appreciative of the opportunity that he's been given.
Loves to work on his VW bug in his spare time. This is Jack Jasinski, the Alabama Shake. Shot just goes wide, hits Junior. He can't corral the loose ball. Reese,
great look.
Sends it across the field to Scudin. Scudin now saunters into the offensive zone for the Cannons.
That time you notice Will Sands, number 22, coming out and demanding the ball. I think that's sticking to the game plan of Coach Sean Cook. They want to settle the ball. They want to control the tempo of the game.
Jackson crossfield feed. Nice save, Dylan Ward. The big man, 6'5", getting post to post and denying the doorstop opportunity. Denver runs it out of bounds and they get possession.
Good feet, good eyes, good hands. All the qualities you look for in a top-notch goalkeeper.
Take a look at that replay. Look at Dylan Ward. Looks like that ball got stuck in Sand's stick a little bit, but he still had 6'5" Dylan Ward. Even when he goes low to the ground like that, he's still a pretty big target. Shot hits the side of the net. This partisan crowd here in Denver thought that was a good goal, but Morocco picks it up. And now here come the Boston Cannons. How about the fundamentals of their clear? Away from the bench, up the sideline, man to man to man. And like you said, the attackman coming up, demanding the ball, being the outlet.
That time, it was a great 2-on-1 to clear the ball. And the midfielder, Tim Edwards, number 18, took to the sideline. The defenseman attacked in the middle of the field. That opened up Tim Edwards for the easy one more in the clear.
Cal Dirth with that shot. Looks like he might go again. Head of steam, gets leverage, shoots and scores. Cal Dirth, the big man out of Boston University, plants his feet, whips it home, and the Cannons are back up by 3.
Cal Dirth out of Boston University, 6'3", 215. He knows how to get his hands free, uses his body well to shield off the defender. That's a legal play. As long as you have 2 hands on your stick, you're allowed to jam into the defensive player. Nice job by number 5 in white.
Dirth, whose brother is currently playing at Syracuse. Tremendous short stick defensive midi. Cal Dirth, his 10th goal of the season. So important for Boston to get off to this big start because this crowd it's an Outlaws home game basically. And they've won 3 out of the last 5 Steinfeld trophies. JoJo Wardrummer is here, getting the crowd fired up and making things happen.
We were talking to Tony Seaman at practice this morning, and he said, you know, it's one thing to win a championship, to win one back-to-back, it's tough. And I can tell you that from my own experiences. You know, it's great to win that first one, but boy, everybody's got you targeted for that next year, and they've done a terrific job in preparing for this championship weekend.
And he's been the GM the last few years. Feet in front, shot goes wide, good hustle out of bounds. Outlaws will retain possession, but with B.J. O'Hara moving over to coach the New York Lizards, that created a coaching vacancy, and Tony Seaman just stepped right into the role, and the Outlaws, number 2 seed in the 2019 MLL championships. Zach Courier draws a double, flips it behind the cage.
Tony's an outstanding coach. He's an innovator.
10 seconds to shoot. Slosser winds up, shot, rings off the post. But Tony Seaman is one of those innovative guys.
He sure is. When he was at Penn, they had a terrific zone, and they had also a great ride. It was the Penn zone, the Penn ride.
No matter what type of defense you're playing, zone, man-to-man, or whatever, it's really hard to prevent goals like this. Rylan Reese dialing it up from long distance. One of the goals scored by the Cannons so far. 4-1, Boston leads. It's UFC 243 tomorrow in Melbourne, Australia. Our main event on pay-per-view features the champ and hometown hero, Robert Whittaker, taking on the interim champ, Israel Adesanya. in the middleweight championship unification bout starting at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. To order the main card in English and Spanish, go to espnplus.com/ppv and be sure to download the ESPN app if you're watching on your mobile device. ESPN2 and ESPN Deportes will have the prelims starting at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Our title bout is Sunday from Dick's Sporting Goods Park, 1 p.m. Eastern. The Chesapeake Bayhawks, we know they'll be one of the teams vying for the 2019 MLL Championship. Which one of these franchises will join them, Denver or Boston? Outlaws controlling the offense. Zach Currier, one of the greatest offensive players in the game, looking to establish himself in this contest. Gets the ball behind the cage to Junior. Good physical defense.
That's what it takes.
Junior gets taken to the ground. Ball is loose. And here come.
Good job by James Fahey there. I mean, what a tough assignment. But he keeps his feet moving, plays great position.
Fahey, a defender who was selected from an open cannons tryout. That's how he jump-started his, or began his major league lacrosse career after graduating from the University of Massachusetts. Feed cross crease. Will Sands finds the back of the net. Quick stick goal. Number 22 in the red, white, and blue gets the Cannons out to a 4-point advantage.
Things happen in a hurry in this game. Real nice job drawing the defense. Sands is right where he needs to be. Knows where the crease is, doesn't step inside. But a real nice place there by Charlie Durbin to set up that layup for Will Sands.
Sands, the quarterback of this team. Durbin is only his 3rd career MLL game. The rookie out of Princeton with the great vision, excellent hustle, finds Will Sands on the backside, who slips it past Dylan Ward.
Only 2 games, that was a veteran play.
Reisman and Adler locking horns at the midfield face-off dot. Adler wins that battle and gets it down the side to Ryan Lee. Newbold, long stick midi.
Got to watch him outside the arc. He leads the MLL in 2-point goals with 5. A long stick.
He's got 5 2-pointers on the season with that long stick.
In fact, Tony Seaman will leave him in on offense several times during this game because of that outside threat.
Shot and a goal inside, then some physical play afterward. As Currier scores the goal and then gets roughed up. These are 2 teams that have tangled very physically this season, and Zach Currier has been in the middle of a lot of those tussles, and he earns one the hard way on this one.
Boy, he sure does. He comes around, keeps it in that strong hand, and then must have been a legal hit, no flag. Lacrosse is a collision sport. Here's another look.
Currier, a finalist for the Coca-Cola MVP award. Looks like he's collected himself and gets off the field. 19th goal of the year for number 25 in the orange and black. 4 goals against Chesapeake on the 4th of July, 6 points against Dallas late June. But he has not played in the last 3 games for this Denver Outlaw team, playing in the Indoor World Championships in Canada. And we're gonna have a flag tonight, or excuse me, a flag on this play against Gobrecht of the Outlaws.
Don't make it 2. 77, Denver. Unnecessary roughness. 1 minute.
Eli Gobrecht, physical player.
When you could see him talking to referee Brian Abbott coming off the field, and if there's one official in the sport of lacrosse you don't want to mouth off to, it is Brian Abbott. He showed a lot of rope right there, not throwing a second flag.
And that was good too, you know.
Yeah.
Early in the game, Coach Seaman comes out and challenges a call. He tells him, hey, keep it quiet, and we move on. But if I'm Coach Seaman, I really watch it the next time, because he will be tuned in and ready to throw that flag.
6-on-5 advantage right now for the Cannons. The point man up top is Jalen Rogers. Rogers is a dangerous two-point shooter. This time he gives it up to Zed Williams, who sticks it far side over the left shoulder of Dylan Ward. And the Cannons make the Denver Outlaws pay for the penalty and move up ahead 6-2.
Cannons love the 3-3 set on man up. You cannot give Zed Williams that much room and time. Even though you're a man down, somebody missed their slide there. You got to come up and challenge Williams. Get your stick in his gloves.
Zed Williams, 33rd goal of the season. He had 5 points against Atlanta in an earlier contest. Scored the game winner in overtime against Chesapeake back in August to give the Cannons their first win over the Bayhawks since 2015, which coincidentally is the last year the Cannons made the MLL playoffs.
Referees have to keep an eye on this game. These teams are going after each other early.
It's simmering, it really is.
Zed Williams, he's a dynamic player. He's quiet, you know, he's unassuming, but really, Coach Quirk thinks he's one of the top 5 players in the MLL. Quietly gets the job done.
High praise coming from Coach Quirk. Boston is playing without long-stick midfielder Justin Pugel, placed on injured reserve September 13th. Nice feed across the crease, shot to score. Beautiful ball movement, great one-touch finish. Chris Aslanian, the rookie out of Hobart, puts it past Morocco.
Credit Zach Courier for this goal. Again, you know, the great players understand that when you dodge, it's all about your first move. Make a good, strong first move. Get the defense's attention. And then there he is, Aslanian, right on the pipe. That time, Boston missed the second slide. Somebody had to move down and cover up inside. Wasn't there.
Aslanian told us only one school recruited him out of high school, and that was Hobart. He went to the Statesman, became an all-conference player, and has just progressed his game ever since, continuing to get better. And we will see him tomorrow night at the MLL Honors as he is up for Cascade Rookie of the Year in Major League Lacrosse.
What I like about Chris Aslanian, he has 22 goals and 20 assists, so he's well-rounded, but I love the fact he has 18 ground balls. That means ball goes on the ground, he's going to fight for it to try to get it back for his offense.
You are a ground ball man.
I love
through
ground
and
balls.
through.
It's the name of the game.
Right on. Play stopped momentarily with 1:05 showing on the clock. Whistle gets things going once again. Kyle Pless, you can see number 2 in orange with the knee brace on. He has missed a significant amount of time, 8 games to be specific, with the MC sprain, pursuing his master's at the University of Nottingham in the UK.
And here he is playing MLL lacrosse.
Sands gets a step, shoots and scores. Will Sands takes advantage of the short stick matchup, gets top side, whips it past Dylan Ward, and this Boston offense has been impressive so far here in the first quarter.
Number 22 in white, he's known as a feeder. He's ranked 3rd in the MLL for assists, but this time he takes it on his own, loves to run upfield and then shoot back over his shoulder. Well-placed shot. Nice goal by number 22, the former Bison.
Not sure about the switch there. His hands had a pull on him, and then they switched the matchup to a shorty. And that little bit of hesitation allows Sands to get top side.
Well, if you notice throughout the game, Denver switches on everything. Now that says 2 things. Number 1, that, hey, we really believe in our short sticks, which we mentioned Tony Seaman does. And number 2, it may state that, you know, our guys don't really do a real good job of communicating on picks. So let's take the guesswork out of it. We're going to switch on everything. That time, it hurt him.
Brendan Cavanaugh going to the goal with force and speed. Gets hung up. Ryan Lee, whip shot. Lee, a terrific shooter. The RIT graduate can bring it from all different angles.
5th in the MLL for goals scored.
15 seconds left to go here, first quarter. Morocco picks up the loose ball, wanders out of his crease. Fahey tracking down that loose ball on the sideline, goes out of bounds, can't save it. 6.7 seconds to go. Courier waiting for a quick restart. Referee signal him to come back to the sideline to get that whistle.
That's for the feed inside. Watch Junior here. He's crafty.
Zach Courier, the lefty, gets to the middle of the field, looking to feed. Does so into the middle. Ball goes awry, out of bounds, and that'll do it for the first 15 minutes. Semifinal number 2. The Boston Cannons looking to go to the MLL championship game. Can Denver mount a comeback? Stick with us. More action coming this way. Second quarter about to commence here in Denver, Colorado. The Boston Cannons leading the Outlaws 7-3. Earlier tonight, a barn burner of a contest that went to overtime. And in that extra frame, Steele Stanwyck with the cut, takes the feed, and sends the Chesapeake Bayhawks to Championship Sunday at Dick's Sporting Goods Park. The bench loves it, the coaches love it, and the Bayhawks will compete for their 6th MLL title this Sunday. Steele Stanwyck is with our hero. Alexis Perry is with our hero, Steele Stanwyck.
Thanks so much, Mark. Yeah, I am not the hero. That would be Steele here. Steele, we just took a look at your game-winning goal. Could you take it back for us and maybe replay it for you?
Yeah, sure. I just kind of was on the crease, kind of got lost off ball, and Nick Mariano kind of found me, and I caught the ball and just kind of was running at a low angle, and I just kind of shot the ball low and away and got lucky and found a way to get back to net.
Given the fact that so many of us will never have the chance to be the hero, what did that moment feel like?
It was pretty awesome. I mean, I'm still on cloud 9 from it. I'm just happy we got the W, get to spend another weekend with my Bayhawk teammates and get a chance for a championship on Sunday. Well,
now this will be your 2nd championship Sunday. What did you learn from your first experience that you can take into this game?
It's just never over till it's over. The one championship I was in, we were up 7 or 8 goals, and Denver came back and beat us, so you got to finish the game. It's going to be a full 60 that's required.
What is the mentality of this game heading into Sunday?
To just enjoy it. I mean, enjoy tonight. I mean, it was such a special win to get that semifinal win, and so try to enjoy it a little bit tonight. And then, we're here looking and scouting to see who we're going to play, and then get right back to business tomorrow. And again, just try and enjoy each other's company and get ready for Sunday.
Well, you are scouting. Obviously, we're a full quarter into this one. What's your overall impression of both these teams?
It's just intense and physical, and it's a lot of back and forth. And so whoever we get, we're going to have to bring our A game.
All right, thank you so much for your time, Steele. Congratulations and good luck on Sunday.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Back to you.
Steele Stanwyck enjoying the action here, and he said it was physical. We've got another flag down on the field, and the Boston Cannons will enjoy an extra man opportunity. Slash against the Outlaws.
Against Junior. trying to run down the ball. Good hustle, but he took 2 or 3, or it was on Lee, I'm sorry. Took 2 or 3 uncontrolled swings, and the official might give you 1, they might give you 2, but they're not going to give you the 3rd.
So Denver needed a big start here to the second quarter. Instead, they're in the penalty box. Boston will look to capitalize.
They'll get some movement. They like to go live on the left wing and roll into a 3-3.
Zed Williams with the sky whammy, fake. Shot, score! Williams gets it back and finds pay dirt. Zed Williams, almost a carbon copy of a goal he scored in the first quarter. When you leave him with time and space like that, the result will typically be a turn and rake from your goaltender.
Yeah, the Denver defense, the man-down defense has to recognize they just got beat on the same play, and it's just a simple play, but they're late to slide out to one of the most dangerous shooters in the MLL. That's got to be, that adjustment has to be made.
Let's send it down to Alexis with more on number 28.
Yeah, you know what? I spoke to Coach Seaman earlier, and he said the last time these two teams played during the regular season, when Denver scored 22 goals and the Boston Cannons only put up 9, it was because they didn't have their star player, Zed Williams. He said he expects things to be very different tonight with him and Callan Rogers here in the lineup. And you know what? Things are much different, right, Mark?
Absolutely. Zed Williams is a difference maker. He makes this team better. He was playing some midfield earlier this season. He's athletic enough and he's talented enough, but when you get his shooting ability down on the attack, it is so dynamic.
Well, one of the reasons that Boston moved him to attack is it gives them a right-hand cannon on a 4-on-3 fast break. Plus, he never comes off the field. Midfielders coming on off the field. When you play attack, you're on there for the entire 60.
This Boston Cannons team, 9-7 in the regular season, 6-2 on the road. And one of those 2 losses came right here at the end of August to this Denver Outlaw team. Grant Jr. bounce pass, Ryan Lee behind the back, denied. Ball is loose, Grant looks to pick it up, throws a check on to Scudin, and there we get some physical play on the end line. Grant gets it back, feet up top, in front of the crease. A little tackle action. Zach Courier's on the ground. Morocco picks it up, laundry flies, and the Outlaws will go up on the extra man.
A lot of fight out there on the field. A good tough fight, good clean stuff. These teams are going after each other.
Number 5, Boston, push 30.
Good call. Got caught out of position. Really had no chance but to push. It's like a lineman in football. He gets beat, an offensive lineman. He's got to hold. He's got to get the penalty. He doesn't want the quarterback to get hit.
Extra man opportunity now for the Outlaws. Kavanaugh fakes the shot. Gets it over to Aslanian, who gets it to Schlosser.
Nice skip. Little high. Right idea.
Referees say the ball was tipped off of a Cannon stick, so possession will stay with the Outlaws.
Again, on man up, if you can skip the ball, now the defense is behind a rotation that makes it very, very difficult to recover.
Nice ball movement. 2-point shot, looks like it hit a body in front of the goal, doesn't make it to the crease, and Nick Morocco showing that athleticism you referenced earlier in this game, wins the sprint to the end line to get possession for the Cannons, and here come the Bostons on the clear.
Great hustle. Active out of the cage. Sometimes that gets goalkeepers in trouble, but Morocco, he's handling it very well tonight, making good decisions. It's all about good decisions.
Flag flies. This infraction will be against Denver. A little substitution game won by the Cannons. Cal Durth gets to the center of the field, gives it up to Rogers. Behind the back pass to Zed Williams. Good closeout by Finn Sullivan. Sullivan out of Hofstra University on Long Island.
Free possession here.
Mark Cockerton has been quiet here so far, but the Cannons have still managed 8 points, including a 2-point goal by long-stick midfielder Rylan Reese.
Nice patience, knowing they're going to get the ball back. Very unselfish offense. Another flag.
Shot doesn't make it to the cage, and that is a shot clock violation against Boston. We've got 2 flags on the play. The referees will get together to sort it out and let us know what we're looking at.
We have 2 fouls on Denver. First one is 77/1 minute. The second one is 24. Conduct foul, 30 seconds.
So there's a conduct foul. Here's a slash.
Oh, out of control. Didn't really get much, but you know, sometimes the officials see that type of action and they're going to throw the flag. So now Boston 2 men up, and this really puts a lot of pressure on the Denver man down.
It's a 6-on-4 opportunity for this Boston Cannon extra man unit, which has been very good so far here tonight. And Zed Williams, number 28, has been the primary beneficiary. There he is again. Williams just posts up, takes a shot from Michael Rexroad, and Williams is shaken up on the play.
And one of the jobs of the officials is to continue to watch the shooter after he releases the ball. We've had 2 plays now that are very close. I mean, they're right on the edge of being late hits.
Williams out of Silver Creek, New York. Went to the University of Virginia. There we see the shot. And that is like same spot where he's shooting from. Same shot location as well. That's his wheelhouse right there, that off-shoulder high far post.
Perfect placement on the shot. With that much room and time, and with his ability, he's going to score that goal 9 out of 10 times.
What does Denver have to do to stop the bleeding here? I mean, this game could get away from them trailing 9-3 with just under 11 minutes left to go.
Well, we saw it in the
quarter.
first game. You know, Chesapeake was down by a lot of goals early, and then
take a look at tonight's face-off stats so far. The power through face-off stats presented by Powerade, 50-50, and Max Adler comes down the heart of that Boston defense, and it just goes wide. Adler with the great pickup and just misses the cage.
As I was saying, we saw the same thing in the first game, and Chesapeake did a terrific job of hanging in there, playing the 60 minutes, taking it 1 play at a time, and they came away with an overtime win. So, you know, anything can happen in this game.
Schlosser draws a flag. Zach Goodrich, the guilty party. Nice feed behind. Shot and a goal! What a shot by Chris Aslanian. Reaches for the sky, pulls it down, and then whips it past Nick Morocco. Beautiful goal from the rookie.
Not playing like a rookie tonight, Mark. Comes up, meets the ball, continues to run up the field, turns his shoulders, and notice the first thing that comes around is the head, so he can see the target, sees his target, and then finishes that shot. Very athletic play by 57 in orange.
Aslanian has spent some time this year at midfield, especially when Schlosser was injured. Logged some quality minutes and helped his team out that way. Reisman against Adler. Ball is loose, orange jersey surrounded. And we're gonna get a push call against the Outlaws, possession to the Cannons.
The Denver staff is not happy right now with the way the calls are going. They probably feel they're a little lopsided towards Boston, and that's part of the coach's job. Now, you don't want to get a penalty, but you do need to get the officials' attention and let them know that you're not happy.
Shot and a score by the Boston Cannons. That is Kyle Denoff, just straight down the alley, and then he takes a shot after that ball finds the back of the cage and gets it right back for the Cannons.
Big right-hand power dodger down the alley, fakes the pass, keeps the defense at bay just enough to free up his hands. Well-placed shot.
Denoff, 2-time Major League Lacrosse All-Star out of St. John Fisher, has 3 2-pointers on the season. That is his 14th goal of the year, and a clean win by Adler. Adler starting to figure this thing out. Ryan Lee, spectacular goal! Spins away from the pressure, lays out, flies like Superman, and wrists it top shelf. You're not going to see many prettier goals than what we just saw from number 45.
Playing the point on the break, feels the pressure coming, roll dodges. Notice he doesn't change hands to protect his stick. And coming out of the roll, shoots the ball. Tough for Morocco to pick up off that roll. Pretty goal.
Ryan Lee, the rookie out of RIT, he had 7 points, 5 goals and 2 assists against Boston in their last meeting at the end of August. Tony Seaman told us today that he's an incredible shooter, and we just witnessed it firsthand right there.
There's Mark Cochran. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, he scores goals and he's very good at it, but when the ball goes on the ground, he's a hound. He gets a big ground ball and now gives Boston a second chance opportunity.
Substitutions being made for the Cannons. This is Denoff. Gets to the center of the field. Lowers his head, meathead dodge attempt right there.
Again, legal because he has both hands on the stick.
Zed Williams working against Rex Road. Williams gets his hands free, shoots it. Goes behind the cage. Will Sands slips. Being hounded by Rex Road now, who switches off of Zed Williams. Feed in the middle, knocked down. Ball's picked up by Gobrecht. Gobrecht, head of steam, good angle. Gets it over the midfield line.
They have numbers coming back the other way.
Shot just wide as Laney is able to knock it down. Jack Jasinski, they've got him in the middle of the field. They find him, steps in, shoots, and just goes wide to the left. Excuse me, to the right of left-handed goaltender Nick Morocco of the Boston Cannons.
Jasinski's got a right-hand cannon, doesn't he? He knew he had a good shot. Again, held the defense at bay with a little fake pass. Like to have that shot over. Put it on the 6x6.
Mikey Schlosser, head of steam, runs out of angle, smartly transfers it behind the cage. Up top now to Courier. They like the matchup Jack Jasinski has against the short stick of Boston. That is number 57, Matt Bertram's nice feed behind the junior. Big face dodge by Aslaney, and Fahey didn't bite. Now it's Schlosser on the run. Score! Mikey Schlosser takes the feed, sticks it far post. Beautiful offense, beautiful execution. Big goal for the Outlaws.
Huge goal. Kept the ball moving, kept the pressure on the Boston defense. Schlosser takes the ball on the run, very athletic, good speed, drives towards the goal, frees his hands, well-placed shot. A much-needed goal by the Denver Outlaws.
Had 4 points against the Cannons on August 31st. He had a 2-pointer, which was the first in his career, so the former Michigan Wolverine gets on the board. And that's a big goal because Schlosser is not only a really talented player, but he's a leader of this Denver Outlaw ball club. 10-5, 10-6, Cannons leading the Outlaws, number 2 seed versus the number 3 seed. Winner advances to the MLL championship game this coming Sunday against the Chesapeake Bayhawks.
Mikey Schlosser's up for the Quorum Players' Choice Award, which is given to the best teammate. And I would say that he is a front runner because he's the kind of guy that you love to play with. He's going to give you everything he's got, unselfish, plays for the love of the game.
Jalen Rogers steps in, big shot. Williams goes low, makes the save. Rexroad coming out of the defensive zone. Transition opportunity for Denver, but they can't handle. A lot of bodies flying. We're going to have a loose ball hold against Boston. Possession over to the Outlaws. Quick restart. Here comes Pless. Pless posts up, shoots, high bouncer, just over the cage. Possession stays with the Outlaws.
Mark, this is a very, very physical game, especially for the shooters. The shooters are taking some pretty tough hits after they release the ball. The officials have to keep an eye out on that.
Talking to Boston head coach Sean Quirk this morning at practice, he said, we don't expect nothing less out of this game. These teams do not like one another. There's been some altercations, some tussles in their regular season meetings, and there's another push out of bounds, and look out. Quick restart. Brought back to the sideline. It just, I mean, it was simmering in the first quarter. Now it just feels like this is a powder keg about to blow. Take a look at this physical action.
Push from behind, maybe even a slash, and there's a jam. That could have been called up, well,
That could have been a legal body check. Yeah. Center of the field, shot to score. Jack Jasinski, the first professional lacrosse player out of the state of Alabama, uses his quickness to get to the center of the field and puts another one in the back of the cage. Outlaws cut the lead by Boston down to 3.
Good restart, Jasinski's right hand. You got to know he's a right-hander. Take it away. You never want to give a player the middle of the field and his strength. That's a tough combination to defend. Jasinski all over it. Nice job.
Jasinski started the season with Dallas, was then sent to Denver. He scored 2 goals in 3 games this year, including a 2-pointer. So he's got range in addition to the outstanding speed. 5.5 minutes left to go here. First half, MLL semifinal championship weekend number 2, Boston and Denver. If you're just joining us, the Cannons jumped out to a 7-3 first quarter advantage. Denver has scratched and clawed, and they've gotten to within 3.
Gonna call Ward there.
Zed Williams will do that. He'll lean in on you, and he'll use that left hand, that little chicken wing, to establish advantage and leverage. Dave Cottle saw that firsthand back when he scored the game winner in overtime in August at Navy Marine Corps Stadium in Annapolis. Thought that Williams got away with one there.
Well, you know, the chicken wing is one way to kind of ward off, but sometimes Zed Williams just takes that hand off and gives it a little flick. And again, the officials are looking for it.
Great save by Morocco on the offering from Andrew Newbold. That was a much-needed save by Morocco, as he's given up goals on the last 3 shots from the Cannons. Challen Rogers sprinting over the midfield line, eludes the over-the-head check from Zach Courier. Kyle Jackson running onto the field for Boston.
There's a right-hand drive right there. Oh, he pulls it with his left.
Denoff posts up from 2. Tries the high bouncer, but it goes way over the cage. Backed up by Boston.
That's a sign of a good player. You switch it up. You know, you keep that defense honest. You go right, you go left. That time he went left, but he brought it right back to that strong right hand. Good move.
Offensive coordinator Ben Rubier loves his midfielders. Really thinks that they're very athletic, very fast, and can win their individual matchups. Shot again wide by Denoff. Backed up by Will Sands. So it's almost a face guard situation. If you look at this Denver defense, Gobrecht now face guarding Mark Cockerton, and Zed Williams flies through the air, but they're going to say a crease violation. No goal. Plays restarted. Referees blowing their whistle to stop play. Williams, a crease violation. Looks like a challenge is being issued by Sean Quirk. He's thrown the red challenge flag. We'll head to break. You be the judge. Zed Williams flying through the Denver air. Will the Cannons win the challenge? Stick around. We'll have the answer on the other side of this break. Boston leading Denver 10-7. This week, our Saturday night football game presented by Wells Fargo is a top 25 Big Ten battle. It's number 25, Michigan State, and number 4, Ohio State from the shoe in Columbus. Coverage starts at 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central on ABC and the ESPN app. The Buckeyes have won the last 3 meetings with the Spartans. Speaking of winning, it looks like Boston's going to win this challenge.
Great challenge by Coach Sean Quirk.
So what are the components we're looking for here that make this a good goal?
Number 1, he doesn't step on the crease before he leaves his feet. Number 2, the ball crosses the plane of the goal before he touches inside the crease. It's a bang-bang play. It's close. That's the beauty of instant replay. Nice job by the crew picking that up. Terrific.
Successful challenge from Sean Quirk, and this is why we need instant replay at the collegiate level for anyone who's listening. Max Adler wins another faceoff, goes down the middle and scores. Max Adler, 3rd or 4th opportunity. He's won it clean, had a head to the goal. This time he hits pay dirt, and a big goal for the Outlaws.
That's the way you want to bounce back. Win that draw, take it to the hoop. Nobody picks him up. Protects his stick, feels the pressure. Impact player, makes a huge play.
Adler, the all-star, played for Team Israel in the World Games. He went 23 out of 24 against the Bayhawks back on August 10th, and that is an MLL single-game record for face-offs won. Came into this game with 3 goals and 2 assists, make it 4 on the season for Max Adler, the face-off man for the Denver Outlaws. And the Outlaws have a possession once again. They've got this deficit back down to 3. Under 3 minutes left to go here, first half. Schlosser scores! What a great dodge and a beautiful shot. Mikey Schlosser. Forget the VW Bug. He looked like a Ferrari going down the alley and painting the far post.
Excellent athleticism, big heart. Tough combination right there. Gets the ball on the run. Leans in, frees his hands. Terrific shot to the offside of the left-handed Morocco.
Schlosser with his second of the second quarter as Denver continues to chip away at this Cannons lead. Boston has to get back to what made them successful, that enabled them to jump out to a 4-point cushion, and that is strong midfield dodging. And some way, somehow, you got to get Mark Cockerton involved in this game. He is behind the goal at X right now, not being face guarded. Cal Dirth, head of steam. Ward comes off the pipe, and Dirth down the alley, sticks it near post, and the Cannons get it right back.
You mentioned Mark Cockerton. That time he saw Dirth had his move, and he cleared his man through to take away the slide package, and then Dirth comes in and finishes the play. Nice teamwork there.
So it's like you talk about off ball. And that's what college coaches talk about as well, and pro coaches are just the same. It's one thing to be able to catch, shoot, dodge, but to move without the ball, that lacrosse intelligence.
One of the toughest things to teach, because at a young age, you know, kids who start playing the game, it's just natural to watch the ball. You know, on defense, you teach that you have a big eye, meaning most of your attention on your man, and your little eye on where the ball is. I think that's a great concept for offensive players. Don't stare at the ball, watch your man. If he makes a mistake, now you know, and you cut. Know what the ball's doing, but watch your man.
Courier, little ring around the rosy, this Boston Cannon defense. Shot down low, and that's Aslanian. He likes that lefty low shot, gets it all the way back, stings the twine, and this back and forth affair continues to be just that.
We're seeing some great lacrosse tonight. Again, the one more Aslanian plants his feet. That means he's going to have both power and accuracy in that shot. Well placed.
Nice feed from Brendan Cavanaugh.
Right on the money.
Rookie. as Laney in his 25th goal of the season. He's got the hat trick. And again, we'll see him tomorrow night on MajorLeagueLacrosse.com for the MLL Honors Show. He is up for Cascade Rookie of the Year. Reisman keeps it alive. And nice ground ball pick up by Scooten. Tries to walk the dog and gets the ball taken away from Charlie Hayes. One of the few Outlaws that has played all 16 games this season for the Denver squad. Tony Seaman told us this morning that the practice that he had earlier today was the most he's had his team together all season long.
And that's what you want. You want to be able to peak for the playoffs. And the way to do that is to have your full complement of players healthy and ready to go.
Courier. Being guarded by Charlie Ford. Ford gets a little crossed up. Courier beats him inside, but Morocco bails out his fellow Hoya. And here come the Cannons.
Morocco needed that save. Cannons needed that save.
Scooten in trouble at midfield. Goodrich tries to bail him out. Nifty ground ball. Spins out of pressure initially, but now the ball's on the carpet. 25 seconds left to go. Cockerton comes out with a big GB. Digs it out. Shot clock is off. 15 seconds left to go. Cockerton muscling his way to the cage. Now pulls it out. Gets it over to Kyle Jackson. 10 seconds in the first half. Challen Rogers takes a peek at the clock. Gets it to Zed Williams. Fires it. Ward fights it off. Rebound goes. 2 seconds and a goal. Kyle Jackson. Another buzzer beater score for the Boston Cannons. Actually, that was Mark Cockerton, I think, with the score. Either way, it is a dagger to this Denver Outlaw defense.
Clock awareness, good outside shot. There's the rebound. Challen Rogers picks it up, and Mark Cockerton stays with the play, keeps his feet moving, works hard to get open, and finishes it.
Smart play. You talk about that off-ball, coach. He recognized a ton of green right in front of that goal. Cuts to it, takes the feed, slots it home. And boy, what a big goal for Boston. Another buzzer beater. And they take a 3-point advantage into the intermission.
Again, nothing like hustle. That was all hustle.
The Boston Cannons, an impressive 30 minutes of action, has them 30 minutes away from a possible berth in Championship Sunday. Alexis is with Boston Cannons head coach Sean Quirk.
Coach Quirk, the last time you guys were here at Peter Barton Stadium, you guys scored 9 total goals. You now have 13 at the half in this game. What's different for your team this time?
You know, I think tonight offensively we're sharing the ball really well. Our shot selection off our possessions have been really good that first half, and we're using the shot clock. You know, we're not rushing our shots that first possession into the shot clock.
You know, we saw momentum shifting a little bit there for the Outlaws. How do you guys make sure you come back here in the second half and contain the game?
Absolutely. You know, our motto all year has been 1-minute games for 60 minutes, and that's what we've done a really good job that first half. We just got to maintain that momentum.
Thanks so much, Coach. Back to you, Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alexis. A tremendous first half of action. The Chesapeake Bayhawks have already punched their ticket to Championship Sunday. Will it be Denver? Will it be Boston? The Cannons are up by 3 as we head to the halftime break. Stick around. We've got a lot of halftime festivities coming your way right after this.
Great first half for the Cannons. Tempo of the game was good. Offensive sets really strong. Defensively, you know, playing team defense and getting up and down the field, which is really important for our transition game. So let's hope to maintain this going into the second half.
Gorgeous night in Denver for Major League Lacrosse Championship Weekend 2019, our second semifinal game. At halftime, the Boston Cannons leading the Denver Outlaws 13-10. Welcome back in, Mark Dixon, Don Zimmerman, Alexis Perry. We're happy to bring you all the exciting action of Championship Weekend 2019 in Major League Lacrosse. And We knew these teams could score goals, but did you anticipate 23 goals between these two teams at the break?
Boy, what a hectic pace this game is, and this is great lacrosse. You know, it's the same thing as the first game. One team gets off to a great start, the other team's kind of struggling, and then all of a sudden the tides turn. Because of the face-off in the game of lacrosse, you get those momentum swings. If a face-off man gets hot, boy, anything can happen.
It's been physical, it's been intense, and it's been exciting. Boston took a 7-3 lead after the first quarter, and it looked like they were going to run away with this thing.
They sure did. There's Raylan Reese, comes up with that 2-point shot. That's a big goal in any game. Boston couldn't do anything wrong early on. They were in the right places. They were making the right decisions, playing beautiful lacrosse. And then all of a sudden, here comes Denver.
Max Adler got hot at the face-off dot. Not only was he winning it, but he was getting scoring opportunities. And here he cans one, going right down the heart of that Boston Cannon defense. As we take a look at the halftime stats, terrific shooting. Goal presented by Progressive, our halftime stats. Saves a little bit suspect, but look at the shooting and the ground ball work of each team.
I mean, everything's the same. I mean, it's so close, and this is a close game. 3 goals in lacrosse, they can be made up like that. So the stats tell me that it's a good, tough, close game. The referees are letting them play, and it's exciting to watch.
30 minutes separate either Boston or Denver from Championship Sunday. Who will it be? Second half face-off coming right up.
Major League Lacrosse is brought to you by Warrior, Powerade, Power Through, and Amarant Risk. Major League Lacrosse. Major League Lacrosse is brought to you by New Balance, Coca-Cola. Enjoy every goal, face-off, and check of today's game with a deliciously refreshing ice-cold Coca-Cola or Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. And Progressive, making it easy to bundle your home and car insurance.
Hello and welcome back to Peter Barton Stadium. The Outlaws are trailing the Boston Cannons 13-10. I am joined with head coach Tony Seaman. Coach, what did you tell your team in the locker room, given the fact that there is some momentum in your favor?
Just that we got to finish shots. When we get in close, we got to finish the shots. We got to slide defensively and stay in our defensive package, which we haven't done well at all tonight.
Well,
and get some motivation going.
Well, you mentioned before the game that Zed Williams would play a factor in this one. He has 4 goals. What does your team need to do to contain him?
Well, he's had 3 of those on man up, so we got to stop fouling and making penalties and some dumb mistakes.
Any other changes?
Nope, let's go play.
All right, let's go play. You heard it from Coach. Mark?
Thanks, Alexis. 30 minutes is all that separates either the Boston Cannons from getting a shot to win their first Major League Lacrosse title since 2011. For Denver, they have been a model of excellence over the last handful of years. They are gunning for their 4th Steinfeld Trophy in the last 6 seasons. Reisman and Adler back at it at the face-off dot. They were dead even almost in the first half, but Adler has a goal on his ledger. Gets the ball over to Zach Currier. And the Outlaws, who gave up that goal at the very end with 1 second left of the first half, get an important possession to try to get some of this steam back.
Max Adler really came on strong in that second quarter, started winning the draws for the Outlaws. As we said, that's a huge, huge momentum boost for the team. Let's see if that continues here in the second half.
Currier likes his matchup, gets inside, shoots, flag flies, goal is good. Zach Currier, the quickness to get inside of the Cannons defense, gives himself up, scores the goal, and what a start to the third quarter for the Outlaws.
That's how you like to start it off. Good dodges are comprised of change of speed and change of direction.
So the penalty, the flag down was for a push as Goodrich pushed Currier, but since he scored the goal, the flag is wiped out, and the Boston Cannons have thrown another challenge flag. So you have to imagine they're going to contend that Currier was in the crease before the goal was scored.
Well, they're 1 for 1, so let's see what happens here. But I think that was a pretty clean play. And again, all the dive plays are so tough to call.
There you see Currier, the goal scorer at the moment for the Outlaws. So even if this goal is ruled no good, Denver will still have the man up. Let's take a look. Looks good to me.
Looks good to me. Didn't step on the crease before he left his feet and landed in the crease after the ball passed the goal line.
I don't see anything there that would suggest indisputable evidence of overturning that goal call. But we'll see what the officials have to say after looking at it on instant replay. Let's take another look at it. There you see the push right there by Goodrich. Feet, you can still see green between the white toe and the white line. And then the ball looks like it's nestled in the cage before Currier hits the ground. But hey, if you're Boston, you're feeling pretty good. You won the first challenge. Why not challenge this one and see what happens?
We know if you challenge and you win the challenge, it doesn't cost you a
cost
timeout. But if you challenge and you lose the challenge now, you lose that timeout, and in the fourth quarter, coaches want to have those timeouts in a close ball game. And this game will be a close ball game going down the stretch, no doubt about it.
Back away. After review, we have no goal. We have a push on 12 white, 30 seconds.
Trying to figure that one out. Zach Currier talking with the referee.
Sean Quirk 2 for 2 with the challenges. Again, these dive plays are so close.
Does he make contact with the goaltender before the ball goes in the cage? Let's take a look at that one, because we're looking at feet first, right?
Right.
Ball's in the goal. Did he make contact with the netminder, perhaps? Even that's really tough to ascertain from all the multiple wonderful angles we have. Shout out to our technical crew, not only for that look, but for their efforts all night long here in Denver. But man, I just don't see how you can overrule that goal.
Well, that's the beauty of instant replay. And you mentioned the NCAA has it in their tournament, in their championship weekend tournament, but
not for anything of consequence. Not for anything of consequence. I mean, only for timing issues, right?
Right. But I'm thinking that after some of the plays that happened this year, they could bring it around.
Newbold, let's fly. Morocco with the tough save. So instead of being down by 2 points, Denver remains down by 3. And a little bit of momentum that would have been generated from the Zach Currier goal. You still might be able to take a little bit from it, but it's staunched with the overrule of the goal. And Boston now back on the attack. They've successfully killed the penalty. We'll see if they can get another one. Just not a smart play. Tony Seaman said it at halftime. We have to stop making silly mistakes, and that's just a freight train from behind. It's going to be a loose ball push every single time, and this looks like it could cost Kyle Denoff as he's holding his right arm.
Yeah, he sure is.
Lands right on that right elbow shoulder area. But if anybody has a crew that can fix you up in a jiffy, it is the Boston Cannons with the wellness team that they have. Saved by Dylan Ward, rebound shot, another save by Ward. Spectacular goaltending from the big Canadian between the pipes for the Denver Outlaws, showing why he is a finalist for the Warrior Goalie of the Year. Wow.
Big time players step up when it counts the most.
Zed Williams spins. Ball doesn't make it to the cage. Here comes Gobrecht. Eli Gobrecht showing some great wheels. He wants a call. Doesn't get it. Zach Currier backpedaling to the wing area, waiting for his teammates to come in, and Currier now saying he's getting beat up pretty good by Rylan Reese. You can see Reese, number 17 in white, heavily bandaged, taped up right leg. Not sure what happened to him, but looks like he got some medical attention at halftime.
Boston has Challen Rogers stuck on defense. Let's see if Denver takes advantage of that matchup.
Junior leading in on Fahey. As Lanian has the defense hung up, and there we see a hit to the chops. And a shot. Did it go in? No, Morocco was able to smother it as the shot clock expired. We have another stoppage in play as they're going to bring back that restart to the defensive zone of the Boston Cannons. Zach Goodrich looking to clear successfully for the Cannons.
Good action all around. And when there's no tomorrow, you're going to see it all. The players, the coaches, they're going to lay it out all on the line. I mean, there's no tomorrow for the loser of this game.
Good speed by Charlie Durbin. Challen Rogers whistles one high over the cage. Backed up by the Cannons. Will Sands will re-trigger the action. Kyle Jackson, quick slide. Ball doesn't make it to the cage. Good slide by Rexroad, and Rexroad flags fly. And now we're going to see Kyle Jackson getting up slowly. Let's take a look at the replay.
Maybe helmet to helmet.
So all of a sudden the Cannons looking like a mash unit. Full serve. There we see the medical staff of the Boston Cannons attending to Kyle Jackson. The penalty is against Michael Rexroad. Illegal body check, contact to the head, and it's a non-releasable penalty, a non-releasable foul. So the Cannons will have the extra man for a full 60 seconds.
But they want to press this a little bit because they have an opportunity to score a goal and then come right back and have another opportunity with that non-releasable penalty.
Look for Zed Williams. He's had success so far on the EMO. That pass goes awry. Dylan Ward makes the stop.
Nice adjustment that time by the Outlaws. They shut off Zed Williams on the man up. Really nice adjustment.
And that really does throw an extra man unit off, even though you still have the man advantages. Bagley loses his footing, steps out of bounds, quick restart. Bertram's being hounded and followed by Currier. And then we're going to have another late whistle.
Teams want these quick restarts, but
well, you know, it's up to the players to get to the right spot and then look at the official and let them know they're ready, and then the official will blow the whistle. But what they're doing now is they're starting to get too antsy and move, and now they got to bring it back.
Business has definitely picked up here in the second half. Not a lot of goals, but a lot of emotion. Stick with us. We're back right after this. It's UFC 243 tomorrow in Melbourne, Australia. Our main event on pay-per-view features the champ and hometown hero, Robert Whittaker, taking on the interim champ, Israel Adesanya, in the middleweight championship unification bout starting at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. To order the main card in English and Spanish, go to espnplus.com/pay-per-view and be sure to download the ESPN app if you're watching on your mobile device. ESPN2 and ESPN Deportes will have the prelim starting at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Now, Mark Dixon, Don Zimmerman, never mind the UFC. How about Major League Lacrosse tonight and the physical play?
This game is one of the most physical games I've seen in a while. Both teams are going at each other. A lot of clean hits, but then a lot of hits like that really are going to cost their team in the long run.
Boston with some injuries. Alexis, you have an update for us.
Yes, this has been a very physical game. Let's start with Kyle Denhoff. He has an upper body right now. He is probable. The team doctors are currently working on his shoulder, and he looks like he's in quite a bit of pain, but we'll see what happens with him. The other Kyle Jackson, he also has an upper body shoulder injury. It looks like he is too probable. Mark?
Physical game, and those are big losses for the Boston Cannons. If they can't return to action, you only dress 20 players. And offensively, the Cannons only dress 5 offensive midfielders this evening.
Denver still shutting off Zed Williams, and what Boston did to counter that is they moved him inside, and now they're going to attack a box versus 5 players. Good move, good strategy.
Boston tonight not dressing some attackmen. Connor O'Hara, one of them. John Upgren, James Burr. Shot in transition and a goal. A big score by Cal Dirk. One player that is in uniform is number 5. Terrific job by the Boston Cannons to get one back.
Good hustle by Cal Dirk, number 5 in white. Saw that he had an opening. They covered Williams inside, but left Dirk wide open. Cut to the goal, took his time, finished the shot. Cochran, smart play there as a feeder.
The Cannons do have 4 short stick D middies dressed tonight. Zach Goodrich, Tim Edwards, Matt Bertrams, and Matt Jama. My guess is Goodrich takes a couple extra offensive shifts.
I would agree.
Would be my prognostication for this situation. Reisman being hounded on the wing by the Denver Outlaws.
That's a good observation, Mark, because he does stay on and play offense throughout the season, so he's used to it.
You're now down to Durbin, Dearth, and Challen Rogers in terms of offensive midfielders for the Boston Cannons. Again, if you're just joining us, Kyle Denoff and Kyle Jackson nursing injuries right now, being examined by the Boston Cannons medical staff. Both of their returns questionable at this stage.
Nice ground ball by Charlie Durbin, number 21, second chance opportunity. He's playing a heck of a game for a guy who's only played 2 ML games.
We're going to have what looks like to be a push on Denver. Flag goes down. And the Outlaws look like they're going to return to the penalty box.
'23 Denver, push, 30 seconds.
Charlie Hayes, the guilty party, trots off the field. Let's take a look.
Good call by the official. Got caught behind the Dodger. Dodger did a nice job of keeping him on his back again. He had no alternative. You can't give a guy a layup like that. You got to push him from behind and hook your man down to prevent a goal.
Another extra man opportunity. Shot goes wide, backed up by the Cannons. Much like their first EMO opportunity of this quarter, Zed Williams being shut off by number 4 in orange, Brian Begley of the Denver Outlaws. Shot goes wide. Alexis, what do you have on Kyle Denoff?
Yeah, he actually just walked off the field with the team trainers. He looks like he is in severe pain. I know I reported probable earlier. I would definitely, degrade that to questionable at this point. The look on his face was heartbroken.
Great job. Thank you, Alexis, for the update. That is a big blow to the Boston Cannons. Ball goes out of bounds. Nice check by Andrew Newbold on the end line. Now the referees are getting together to talk about this one.
You hate to see a player get injured, and especially in this venue when you're playing for the championship. And it's a tough situation. But now somebody has to step up and fill in the shoes and try to keep the momentum going for Boston.
Well, this is a team that's already lost Justin Pugel to injury back in the middle of September. He went on injured reserve on September 13th. He's a Cascade Rookie of the Year candidate, a terrific long stick midfielder. Along with Rylan Reese of this Cannons team, give him a great 1-2 punch. And you got to think about Sunday. If the Cannons can manage to win this game, they're going to have to activate some other guys to come out to Denver and suit up.
11th hour. Number 32 in orange, Kyle Mars won the game. Played attack at Hopkins. They're running him in the midfield.
Good shot. Knocked down. Zed Williams slips on the turf. Finn Sullivan picks it up. Throws the ball across the field. Kyle Pless redirects it to Mikey Schlosser. Number opportunity here for the Denver Outlaws. Schlosser pulls it out. Good recovery by the Cannons. Shot by Courier. Beautiful goal. And Courier with the fist pump is feeling it. Big time shot. Denver trims the Boston advantage back down to 3.
Big time shot, timely shot, big goal. Courier with room and time, perfectly placed. I think that time Morocco was thinking he was going to shoot it offside and brought it back to the stick side high. Very deceptive shooter.
Again, Courier, finalist for Coca-Cola MVP. Such a tremendous shooter, playmaker. 20th goal of the season, his second of tonight. Reisman wins the face-off clean. Chugs down the alley. We just got word that Kyle Denoff has been officially ruled out of this game. He will not return to this MLL semifinal game.
Tough loss for the Cannons.
Cal Dearth Big boy dodge.
The Ward there.
Challen Rogers works inside, carries the ball below goal line extended. Rogers in no man's land, gets triple teamed, somehow gets the ball out of it. Shot! Dylan Ward, there we talked about it. He comes out about 3-4 yards off that goal line to decrease the angle and fights off that shot with a nice save. Festive night here in Denver. The Outlaws and the Cannons playing for the right to challenge the Bayhawks on Sunday. More MLL lacrosse coming right up. This week, our Saturday night football game presented by Wells Fargo is a top 25 Big Ten battle. It's number 25 Michigan State and number 4 Ohio State from the Shoe in Columbus. Coverage starts at 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central on ABC and the ESPN app. The Buckeyes have won the last 3 meetings with the Spartans. Zed Williams, he's been sensational all night this evening. Tremendous shooter.
Tremendous shooter, especially on the extra man. Room and time, count it. Had 2 of those. Kudos to his teammates for recognizing that was the play. Get the ball to Williams. Know when your teammate's hot. Let it rip.
And the adjustment the Denver Outlaws have made here in the second half, shut them off. When the Boston Cannons have the extra man, they've neutralized Zed Williams. Each team with a goal here in the third stanza of action. It was 13-10 at halftime in favor of the Cannons. It's now 14-11. 4.5 minutes left to go here, third quarter.
Denver's pressing out, making it tough for the Dodgers to get up any head of speed.
Challen Rogers gets inside, lays out Dylan Ward. What a save. Goes low, keeps it out of the back of the cage. Sloppy clear, however, by the Outlaws. Picked up Charlie Durbin. Pressed into more action with the injury to Kyle Denoff, as well as the injury to Kyle Jackson. Denoff, we just learned, will not return to this game. We're still waiting to see the status, potentially, to see if Kyle Jackson can get back into action. Saved by Dylan Ward.
That was a rush possession that time, and Coach Quirk said at halftime, you know, we did a good job of, taking some time off the clock and not looking for the first shot, looking for the best shot. That time they rushed it. Kyle stick to the game plan.
Kyle Denoff has been ruled out of the rest of this game. Kyle Jackson, we just got word, is questionable for his return. Icing up his left shoulder on the bench. John Grant Jr. gets above topside and sticks it. Jr. using the strength and leverage, gets inside of that Cannons defense and slips it underneath Nick Morocco.
Junior still has it, doesn't he, Mark?
Unbelievable.
This is his signature move. Comes hard to the goal, little fake pass to hold off the defense, and then somehow that ball comes out of his stick.
It's behind the back.
No way, behind the back
Little
shot.
flip.
No way the goalie can stop that.
Junior again came out of retirement May 25th of 2019. His 14th year of Major League Lacrosse, the all-time goals and points leader in league history. Main reason he came out of retirement, he wanted to let his daughter watch him play.
Good move.
Nice play at midfield. Ball loose. Taylor Stewart, the rookie out of Bellarmine, dislodges the ball. And all of a sudden, Denver with that junior goal, the crowd is back behind them, and you can feel momentum shifting to the side of the boys in orange.
You think Junior wants the ball again?
Courier, head of steam, steps in, lets it rip. Hits Morocco right in the stick. Goodrich now is going to have to run for his life, and look at the athleticism and speed of Zach Goodrich. Zach Courier, though, chasing him down. Goodrich gets it out of harm's way. Boston coaching staff putting their arms up in the air, meaning let's slow it down, get a possession.
Right now the tempo has been with Denver. This game is going at their pace. Now Boston has to take a little air of the ball, get back to their game plan, settle the ball, work for the high quality shot.
Durbin on the run. Looked like he would have had a good high to low opportunity. Instead, he goes low with it. Low to low. Dylan Ward smothers it, makes the save. Denver back on the attack.
For you young guns out there, remember when you shoot the ball, try to change the planes of the shot. If you start low, try to bring it up high. And a real good shot inside is shoot high to low. Goalkeeper's going to challenge you up high. Shoot at his feet.
Schlosser tries to split the Boston D. He gets taken to the turf, and we're going to have a loose ball push. Shot sails over the cage. We had a play on, actually. Would have been a loose ball push had Denver lost that possession before that shot opportunity from Chris Aslanian. Junior against Fahey. These two have been locking horns all evening long.
What a battle.
Junior gets inside again, slips it underneath Morocco, and another goal. You know it's coming. How do you stop it?
Well, you have to slide early, and one man can't do the job. And right now, Junior's feeling it. We've seen him do this before in the past many, many times. He decides he's going to step up and take control of the game.
Here we get a look at it again. John Grant Jr., 44 years old. Basically saying to us, he's been playing his old professional lacrosse career on one leg. You can see that heavy knee brace on the left leg of Junior. Rylan Reese. Stewart picks up a tough ground ball, gets out of harm's way.
Stewart stepped up twice now here in the last couple of minutes.
Cavanaugh down to Junior, goal! And we are tied.
Think the momentum has switched here?
Just a little bit.
One nice one more by Cavanaugh being unselfish, but you know, get the ball to John Grant Jr. He feels it. He's going to take this team on his back right now. Tweener. Know you're going to hit the goal if you shoot it between the goalkeeper's legs.
Well, you said it. It all started with Taylor Stewart picking up a tough ground ball on that sideline, digging it out. Face-off violation against Max Adler. Turns it over to the Boston Cannons. Junior just loves playing this game. Look at the big smile on his face. 1 minute left to go here in the third quarter. It was 13-10 at halftime in favor of the Boston Cannons. It is now 14-all. What's it? 3 goals in just over 2 minutes for John Grant Jr. Unbelievable.
He really is a legendary player.
No doubt.
And for those who are watching the game tonight, enjoy.
Zed Williams, the copter check from Michael Rexroad. The outlet handled by Finn Sullivan. Here come the Outlaws. They've got 20 seconds left to work. Will they push it? Aslanian gets it to Courier. Courier head of steam. Reese looks like that right leg is taped heavily and looks ginger. Shot Aslanian goes wide. 2 seconds left to go, third quarter. Junior hustles to the end line to restart play. Knocked down by Morocco in front of the cage, and guess what, folks? We're all even. 15 minutes to decide who will face the Chesapeake Bayhawks in the Major League Lacrosse Championship game on Sunday. Stick around. The conclusion coming right up. Sports Center tonight after UCF Cincinnati with Bucci and Michael Eaves. They'll have post-game coverage from the 4 ALDS and NLDS matchups, plus a key player that makes Houston a title contender, and a look at Khalil Mack's dominance ahead of his return to Oakland. Sports Center after college football on ESPN and the ESPN app. 2 minutes and 23 seconds. That's how much it took John Grant Jr. to score 3 goals to end that third quarter.
Pure magic. The man's going to take this team on his shoulders, and he's showing it right now.
Unbelievable performance by John Grant Jr. Made his debut in 2001 with Rochester. 3 goals in 2 minutes and 23 seconds. The fans love it. Momentum has squarely shifted over to this Denver bench. And more on John Grant Jr., Alexis Perry.
Yeah, what an end of the third for him, but he actually wasn't all that excited when he came into the huddle with his offense. He reminded them that this is a game of runs. Runs in this game, everything when it comes to momentum. So the same thing that just happened to them when they capture momentum, things can shift back into Boston's favor as well. So keep pushing, tire Boston out, and get the big dub. Mark, back to you.
Terrific point, Alexis, and especially now with Boston being down 2 offensive midfielders. Kyle Denoff definitely out for the remainder of this game as Cal Dirth picks up the scoring, cruises down the alley in a flick of the wrist. Shorthanded, no problem. Boston regains the lead.
Signature move by number 5, Cal Dirth. Gets the ball on the run and loves that right-hand alley. Got to drive him. That slide's got to come. Got to come early. Get the ball out of his stick.
Dirth using that size and leverage to stick his 4th goal of the evening. He only had 9 for the whole season coming into tonight's contest, and he scored 4. He showed up in a huge way for this Cannonball Club. Welcome to Major League Lacrosse, semifinal number 2. We've hit midnight Eastern. Mark Dixon, Don Zimmerman, Alexis Perry, happy to bring you all the Major League Lacrosse action from here at Peter Barton Stadium in Denver, Colorado. The Chesapeake Bayhawks won a thrilling overtime contest earlier tonight over the Atlanta Blaze 14-13 Steel Stanwick with the game winner. And we have just as good of a ball game going on right now, folks, with the Boston Cannons leading Denver Outlaws 15-14. Winner plays Chesapeake on Sunday, 1 o'clock Eastern time on ESPN2. Junior stepped away from that shot, goes wide. He's not happy with himself, but it was backed up by the Outlaws, and they'll enjoy possession once again.
Good defense that time by number 18, Tim Edwards. Again, these short stick defensive middies, they are challenged every game, all game long. They do a terrific job.
4 of them being employed tonight. Newbold lets one fly as the shot clock expires, gobbled up by Morocco. Newbold again leads the league with 5 2-pointers during the 2019 campaign.
Nice ploy there. Shot clock was running out. They substituted Newbold on the fly, gave an opportunity to shoot a 2-point shot. Had a screen inside, plus if it doesn't go, now they have one of their best defensive players on the field to take away the Boston counterattack. Good strategy.
Jalen Rogers going behind the cage, being guarded by Newbold. Will Sands, Finn Sullivan's done a nice job on Will Sands. He scored a couple early goals in this game, has been quiet ever since. Zed Williams draws a double team, tries to move it, ball's loose, picked up. Here come the Outlaws. Newbold legging it across the midfield line. Looks for help, gets it in the form of Charlie Hayes. Hayes likes what he sees. Good defense by Cal Dirth to take him off his line and just get him out of the line, the path of the goal to get some support.
Really nice play because Dirth had a wide open lane. Going 4-on-4.
John Grant Jr. Good gravy. 5th goal, and this is probably the prettiest, and that's saying quite a bit.
Beautiful to watch. Like a fine wine, better with age.
You get topside like this, and Fahey right now is probably like, okay, I can't let him inside roll me again. He muscles him up the field, and what does Junior do? Over the shoulder, behind the back, pinpoint precision, count it.
Beautiful.
We're level once again. Just under 12 minutes left to go here from Denver, 15 all. Kalmar checking into the game for this Outlaw team at midfield. Jasinski, quicker than a hiccup. Uses the pick by Courier, uses a pick by Mark. Good defense by Zach Goodrich. As Lanian switches to his left, loses the handle. Ball's picked up by Courier. Courier gets top side, shot, save Morocco.
Nice job by Morocco. He came out to shut down that angle.
This way, he's got a path to the goal. Here. Wicked hit. Wow. No call. Gobrecht just annihilated Will Sands. Ball goes out of bounds. Possession over to the Outlaws.
I would say Eli Gobrecht is an aggressive player, wouldn't you, Mark?
He is physical. Out of Ithaca. Schlosser. And a procedural violation against Denver turns it over to the Cannons, much to the chagrin of this partisan Denver Outlaw crowd. We're gonna have a timeout taken by Boston.
Good timeout there by Coach Quirk. Ball was triple teamed.
Sean Quirk and the Boston Cannons looking to punch their ticket to Championship Sunday. Stick around, we're 15 all. Another barn burner here in Denver. The Outlaws and the Cannons all level at 15 apiece. Winner goes to Championship Sunday. Time now to reveal tonight's play of the game, presented by New Balance. And we just saw it a few moments ago, John Grant Jr.
And this was one of many. This was a tough call. Which is the best player of the game? Just incredible. Incredible what he's showing us tonight.
44 years old, came out of retirement back in May, joining this Denver Outlaw team, currently an assistant coach at the Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs. 5 goals tonight. And Alexis, you were in that Denver huddle and John Grant Jr. was leading the way.
Yeah, you know, it's so funny because some of these younger guys are getting a little nervous, they're getting a little fired up, but John Grant Jr., he is such a seasoned vet. He goes, you guys, it's 15-15, 10-17 left to play. Who doesn't want to be here? This is what dreams are made of, this kind of situation. He said that Ohio is working for them, so they're going to stick with that, keep recognizing key matchups, and hopefully get a win. Mark?
Such a great asset to have on your sideline. We know what he does between the lines, but to have that calming influence and that experience. Before they restarted action, there was a little bit of discrepancy to how many timeouts Boston has remaining. So I think the referees and coach worked that out. Good takeaway by the Denver defense. They create the turnover, and this Denver offense back on the attack. Fahey against Grant. Grant's been getting the better of that matchup so far here tonight, especially in the second half. Schlosser, head of steam.
It's important that the other players on the Outlaw offense stay involved and don't become spectators watching John Grant play. They got to stay involved, and I'm sure John Grant has told them that during the timeouts.
As Laney gets inside, then he gets held at goal line extended. Scott Hooper looks like he's going to be sent off to the sin bin for a hold.
Holding, 30 seconds.
As Lanian draws the penalty, two of Chris's brothers play Division I lacrosse, Pat at Notre Dame, Griffin at Georgetown. He's taking center stage here tonight, trying to help the Denver Outlaws to a championship game appearance. And that looked like that may have been interference on Nick Morocco.
No call.
Ball's loose. Kavanaugh can't run it down. Fahey tries to pick it up. Tough physical play on the sideline. Who's going to win the ground ball battle? Ryan Lee loses his stick, and he's playing without his stick. And that's going to be an illegal procedure against Lee.
Here's that quick restart again. Again, the players have to be disciplined. They want to get up the field, but you're really hurting your team. Know where the whistle was blown, get the ball there in a hurry, let the official know you're ready to play, and then move forward. Good ride here. Could be offsides.
They only have 6 forward. Denver picking up another loose ball as Boston with their 3rd consecutive empty possession. The Outlaws getting a second win here in the second half. Kavanaugh running for his life, gets it behind the cage, being guarded by Matt Tim Edwards. Short stick D-midi out of Canisius. Aslanian loves that jump shot from the left, elects not to shoot it. Gets it up top, Schlosser takes an eye off the ball. That's an over and back, that's a turnover to the Boston Cannons. Cockerton on the restart, over to Zed Williams.
Got the trailer coming in.
Williams pulls the ball behind the cage under the watchful eye of the defense of Eli Gobrecht. Gobrecht, another helicopter check. Wow, like spearing a fish. Beautiful job by Gobrecht, takes the stick out of the hands of Zed Williams. Another turnover for Boston, and Denver back on the attack.
Great check, timely check. Didn't throw a lot of wood, but the check that he threw certainly did the job.
Schlosser surveying his matchup, likes what he sees, makes a move to the cage, shoots, nice job by Morocco to get a piece of it. Look at the defense of the Boston Cannons. They're going to say the Outlaws were closer to the end line when and where it went out of bounds. They retained possession. 28 seconds left to shoot. Kalmar gets inside, double teamed, draws a flag. Marr over to Jasinski. Jasinski thought about it, pulls it out. 15 seconds to shoot. Free possession for the Outlaws. John Grant Jr. behind the back pass to Jasinski. Feet up front, ball's knocked down. Whistle stops play, and we will see what the foul is and how long Denver will have the extra man advantage.
$12 white, holding, 30 seconds, 12 white.
Foul is on Zach Goodrich, short stick defensive midfielder. And now Denver looking for an opportunity to take the lead.
Yep, good call. Wrapped his arm, impeded the offensive player's path to the goal.
Junior behind the back.
They like to stay in the 3-3. They'll rotate around, but they get good movement, looking for those skip lanes.
Marr as Lanian lets it rip and finds the back of the cage. Denver has taken the lead.
Number 57 in white, Chris Aslanian, is having a tremendous game. And with room and time from that position, that's not a great angle, but he knows how to stick it from that spot. Wonder how many times he's practiced that shot away from practice. That's how you get better. Practice is there for a team to get better. It's up to the individuals to get better on your own time. Real nice.
Just saw Zach Goodrich in the penalty box, dejected after Denver cashes in as he sat helpless on the sideline. 5:40 left to go. Denver 16, Boston 15. At stake, a spot in Sunday's championship game at Dick's Sporting Goods Park against the Chesapeake Bayhawks. Chesapeake has won 5 Major League Lacrosse championships in their existence, the last one coming in 2013. Denver has won 3 out of the last 5, their most recent in 2018. Schlosser takes on the defense, shoots it just wide. Possession stays with the Outlaws.
Schlosser's signature move. If I'm Boston, I'm thinking about forcing him to go to his left hand and take away that strong right hand alley dodge.
Junior, he got Denver back into this game almost single-handedly. Shot saved by Morocco.
This may be a third opportunity now on this offensive series. He's got to be taking his toll on the Cannon defense.
Schlosser with a head of steam. Loves that alley dodge, cycles it down the alley. Ryan Lee lets one fly, and that sails into the Denver skyline. 28 seconds left to shoot for the Outlaws. Courier. Now behind the cage, Rylan Reese gets inside. Courier shoots and scores. Flags fly. And an unbelievable athletic play by Zach Courier, giving himself up, launches across the crease, and puts the ball in the cage. Fantastic individual effort.
Great job by Zach Courier against a player who knows him well, Rylan Reese.
And Sean Quirk has thrown the challenge flag again. We'll see what the result of this one is. But Zach Courier launches himself. Tremendous individual effort. For the time being, the Outlaws are up by 2. Stick around. A berth in Championship Sunday is on the line. Major League Lacrosse is brought to you by Warrior, Powerade, Power Through, and
Face off.
Major League Lacrosse is brought to you by Warrior, Powerade, Power Through, and Amarant Risk.
Boston loses the challenge, the goal stands. Denver is that much closer to a date with the Chesapeake Bayhawks. Winner of the Outlaws Cannons advances to this Sunday's title tilt, 1 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2.
And because Boston lost that challenge, they are now out of timeouts with 3:51 remaining in the game. Tough situation to be in.
The flag was for a push. That is wiped out by the good goal. Zach Currier had one taken away earlier in the third quarter. He gets this one to stick. Boston is in a tough way right now. Reese with the ground ball pickup. He hits the turf. Ball's picked up by Denver. If you're just joining us, 13-10 was our halftime score. The Cannons have only been able to muster 2 tallies so far in the second half. They have lost 2 midfielders. Kyle Denhoff out of the game, and then Kyle Jackson remains questionable, but we have not seen him trying to re-enter this contest. Shots go out of bounds, run out by the Outlaws.
That time Boston did force Mikey Schlosser down the left-hand side. That shot almost stuck right in the corner. He can go both ways, but prefers his right hand.
Just under 3 minutes left to go here in the game. Denver, can they advance to the championship? If they do, they'll be looking to win their 4th Steinfeld Trophy in the last 6 years. Boston looking to win their first Steinfeld Trophy since 2011. This is their first playoff appearance since 2015. Morocco with the save.
Big save by Nick Morocco there. Boston's going to make sure now they clear the ball, get their offensive people on the field, get into their half-field offense, and really work hard for that high-quality shot.
2 minutes left in the game. Can Boston come back? Williams lets one fly. Dylan Ward soaks it up, saves it cleanly, and here come the Outlaws. The crowd can sense it, but Denver just needs to take care of the ball. And if you're Boston, you've played a ton of defense, especially here in the fourth quarter. You got to dig down deep. Timeout taken by Tony Seaman and the Outlaw staff.
Good timeout. Get everybody together, talk to your offense. What do we want to do here with 1:35 left? Defense, get them together. Make sure nothing's coming back the other way.
Good shot of John Grant Jr., 44 years old. A huge reason why Denver is where they are. And we talked about the Outlaws winning 3 out of the last 5 MLL titles, including last year, 2018. Zach Currier had 2 goals for Denver. They won 16-12, and that was 3 titles in 5 years. An amazing accomplishment.
Model of consistency.
There's a look inside of that Denver huddle, trying to stay hydrated for this last 1 minute 35 seconds of action. 43 seconds on the shot clock. So really not a ton of urgency for Denver to go to the rack. They'll look probably to milk this clock and get it down as much as they can.
Well, you want to take it behind the goal. That way, if you lose the ball, Boston has to come a long way to get back and try to score a goal. However, if you do take the ball behind the goal, it allows the goalkeeper to come out take somebody inside, and then they could go double the ball. So maybe keep it right above the goal line, but at the end, get it behind the goal so Boston has 90, 100 yards to go to try to score a much-needed goal.
Ball is starting all the way toward the midfield line. It's Mikey Schlosser being guarded by Scott Hooper. Hooper throwing everything but the kitchen sink at him, trying to dislodge the ball and get possession for the Cannons.
Morocco's got to come out. Boston's got to send somebody.
Morocco is still in his cage. Step by Courier. Courier weaves his way through this Cannons defense. 10 seconds to shoot for Denver, but they're really not worried about that right now. 1 minute left to go in the game. Courier flips it in front of the cage. Aslanian can't handle it. Possession Boston. The Cannons had to go. No timeouts remaining. Will Sands has some room to operate. Streaks to the cage. Good defense by Finn Sullivan.
Got to go to the goal.
Up to Zed Williams. 30 seconds left in this game. And Williams looked like he might have beaten a double team, but it gets dislodged. Ball's on the ground. Who's going to pick it up? It's the Denver Outlaws. Andrew Newbold picks it up. Timeout called immediately. And the crowd here at Peter Barton Stadium is starting to celebrate.
That's the benefit of saving your timeouts. For the fourth quarter late in the game, Coach Seaman used both of them in the span of what, a minute, and it really paid off.
There we see the Denver bench, and here we're going to take a look at Williams trying to go to the cage. Over the head, Eli Gobrecht. He has been a troublemaker all night for this Denver defense. Newbold picks it up, was in a little bit of traffic, but that man right there, 2-4 in orange, walking to the sideline, has been incredible, phenomenal tonight for this Denver Outlaw lacrosse team.
He is a warrior.
.8 seconds left to go here in this one. Denver will have possession right around midfield. Boston has no choice but to continue to press and some way, somehow get the ball back. And really the tide of this game turned with the injuries to the Boston midfielders and the play of John Grant Jr. 3 goals in 2 minutes, 23 seconds really shifted the momentum in this game. Alexis tells us that Mikey Schlosser is going to just run for his life and try to eat up the rest of this clock. Chased by Mark Cockerton. Schlosser glides across midfield, gets it up to Chris Aslanian. Aslanian has the ball dislodged, ball out of bounds, 7.9 seconds left. Boston chucks it up the field. Fahey legging it across. Shoot the 2-pointer. Saved by Dylan Ward. That could have tied it, but Dylan Ward makes the stop, and the Denver Outlaws are heading to Championship Sunday.
Tremendous game. Boy, we've seen 2 good ones tonight, haven't we?
A come-from-behind victory for Denver on their home turf. They trailed at halftime 13-10. And here's how the game ended.
Boston had a chance. 2-pointer would have tied it. But right there, Dylan Ward. Might have helped to have a screen in front of the goalkeeper, although if that shot hits the screen and the clock expires, it doesn't count. But there was plenty of time on the clock.
That was a little too close for comfort for number 24, John Grant Jr., but when he realized it's all said and done and he's going back to Championship Sunday, it's all good. Dylan Ward, big time save at the end of regulation to preserve this 2-point victory by the Denver Outlaws. John Grant Jr. was sensational all night long. He is tonight's player of the game, presented by Coca-Cola. The legend, the ageless one, took this team and put them on his shoulders.
What a performance.
There's another goal. 2 minutes and 23 seconds is all it took for him to score 3 and turn the tide of this game. He is our Coca-Cola player of the game, and he is with Alexis Perry.
Thanks so much, Mark. Here with John Grant Jr. I just mentioned to him he had 5 goals, and guess what he said? I should have had more. What is going on?
Never be happy or never be satisfied. I don't know. I'm just glad we get to play another. I didn't want it to be my last one, so.
Well, you guys found yourselves in a hole early, but you guys were able to battle back. What does that say about the heart of this young team?
Well, that's the thing. We are young. And yes, we did win the championship last year, but offensively, not many guys were here for that this year. Like, obviously, Zach stepped up, and, you know, I believe he's the best lacrosse player in the world. He showed it tonight. Gritty did everything. He kept his emotions in check, which I unfortunately did not do in the first half. But, yeah, that was the most jacked up I've been for a lacrosse game in a really long time, and I'm glad I get to do it one more time.
Well, you guys are now looking for back-to-back championships. What is it about this team that makes you feel confident that you guys are going to be able to do that?
Oh, we got a tough test ahead of us, but this squad loves each other, and we are brothers, and we look forward to every weekend getting together. We kept saying, 2 more days. We didn't want to, you know, just end it like this. So we're going to give everything we got. We're going to do our homework. We're going to get it recovered, and we're going to give the fans here in Denver everything that they deserve.
Is there anything you want to say to these fans or maybe even your family after such a big game?
Thanks for letting me do this.
All right, thanks so much for your time, John. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Thank you, Alexis. Terrific job tonight. And there is the updated bracket. Championship Sunday is set. The Denver Outlaws versus the Chesapeake Bayhawks, live Sunday, 1 o'clock on ESPN2. Once again, our final score.
I'll tell you, 2 great games, and John Grant, you know, he talks about this team having heart. I've never seen as much heart as he just showed in that interview.
An amazing game by John Grant Jr. Congratulations all around. We will see him on Sunday. Once again, our final score in the second Major League Lacrosse semifinal game is Denver 17, Boston 15. For Don Zimmerman, Alexis Perry, and our entire crew, I'm Mark Dixon. This has been a presentation of ESPN and Major League Lacrosse. Join us Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern for the MLL Championship game between Chesapeake and Denver on ESPN2. Coming up next, it's UFC Live. Good night from Denver.
This last 30 minutes of the game, our guys battled, came up a little bit short in this playoff run. Special group of guys that we had, and we're looking to continue this momentum going into the 2020 season and the 20th anniversary of Major League Lacrosse. So great things to come for the Boston Cannons, and thanks for watching this archived game.